Hey, this is Subspace Transmissions. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Cam.
Cam, on the most recent podcast, we're talking a lot about why Picard is so important to
Why
the
are
Star
we
Trek
talking about
franchise.
Picard?
Well, of course, we've got the confirmation that we have a new Picard spinoff coming.
yeah.
But what we want to actually delve into is the important episodes, those touchstone episodes that we know that the writers of the new series are going to be looking to for a lot of inspiration going forward.
Right. When you say touchstone, you're thinking of the control panels, right?
Oh, obviously. Yeah. Sure.
When you say, touchstone, I'm thinking, of course, of Picard in yesterday's Enterprise, declaring battle at the end and hitting that button to fire. One of the great Picard moments, so badass.
So do you think yesterday's Enterprise would be one of those touchstone episodes that the writers would use, or are we looking at maybe different kinds of episodes?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's awesome Picard moments, but no, I think when you're talking about Picard episodes, and I think that's what the writers are going to be looking at. I don't know if they're going to be combing through the survivors to look for, Picard moments.
The survivors?
Yeah.
Probably not.
But I'm thinking of like the Inner Light, where you have Picard living this whole other life. And, that could be an episode that could be really boring. Imagine how bad that would be if it was poorly written.
Yeah.
And you're watching this whole story with characters you don't theoretically care about. But, Patrick Stewart is on fire in this episode, and there's so much haunting just tragedy to it of the life not lived, and it's just one of the greatest hours of Star Trek altogether.
But one of my thoughts, though, is we already kind of got a sequel follow-up episode with Lessons, which I think is one of those underrated episodes. And so are they going to try to go back to that well once again and have Picard still trying to grapple with that experience?
With a remix version of the flute theme?
Honestly, would you not be shocked if the Resican flute does not make another appearance in the spinoff?
Yeah, it may be an Easter egg, it's prominently displayed in the background somewhere.
I think it might be prominently displayed on the score, personally. I honestly think they might do the fan servicey thing. I legit think so.
Is that the final shot of the spin-off series? It's just Picard playing the flute?
And then we all find out it's been in Benny Russell's head all along.
In an ambulance in the stars.
Yes. But look, another episode, and I think this is obvious. I think they might be calling back to Best of Both Worlds to a certain degree.
I don't know. It's pretty obscure.
Is it? Yeah, it's not really one of those fan favorites, though. So look, we've had Picard grapple with that in the episode Family, and then also in Star Trek First Contact.
Sure.
I think they're going to try to get him to grapple with those issues in the next spin-off series, too.
Yeah, and I also wouldn't be surprised if they look at the episode Family. It's, with Robert, where it's kind of a low-key episode. It doesn't jump out as, a fan
Tom
favorite.
Hiddleston?
Spoilers for Infinity War.
Okay.
But that episode is a little more low-key. It's not a big, fist-pumping, Best of Both Worlds episode. But you look at the drama... It's
more like a mud-rolling... kind of episode.
Yeah, it's a lot of mudslinging in that episode, both verbal and literal.
Yes.
But that's an episode that you really get to see Picard as a captain who carries things with him, which you don't see that with Kirk. But with Picard, it's very much about how these major events change him and impact him. And, you look at that episode, and there's just so much wonderful human drama to Stewart's performance. I like to hope that with this spinoff, they are looking at more of the human side of Picard, not just the action hero from the movies. So, I think Family is a really good episode to look for that in.
Okay, but that said, I really think that Patrick Stewart is going to be pointing to an episode like Captain's Holiday, and he's going to be like, hey guys, this is the kind of stuff that I want to be doing now.
I know.
And so that might be another one that they pull from.
Wearing a Speedo?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But look, I think that if they do it in the right way, but the other thing, remember Patrick Stewart, when we were at the convention, he said that the Picard we see is going to be a very different Picard than the one that we ever experienced in the series and the movies, which I think that's going to cause a lot of problems with a lot of the hardcore fans that don't necessarily want big changes. I think you and I would prefer that we see a lot of development going on here.
Sure.
Because we've got 170 episodes of Next Gen. I could go watch those again.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying I want to go see Picard on the vineyard picking grapes for 10 hours on CBS All Access, but
it's like a documentary.
PBS, not CBS All Access, PBS All Access. Yeah. But I think if they shake things up to a certain degree and go back to, I think the episodes that really showcase what Picard is all about. Darmok, that's another good example of something where it's showing Picard, the leader, the anthropologist to a certain degree, the man of science. And I think those are going to be the really good ones that look, they're not going to do like repeats or sequels, but they want to take inspiration for why those episodes work so well.
Or even like an episode like Measure of a Man, how Picard can really, take part in an argument, and how he can tell a very like well thought out response, and really take down his enemies like through his own wits. And I think that's the sort of thing I want to see, especially because Patrick Stewart, I mean, look, he's defying aging in many ways.
Yes,
but I don't really want to see the Indiana Jones action thing where they keep hauling Harrison Ford back, and you're like, this is getting less and less convincing. I want to see like Captain Picard aging gracefully.
So you don't want like Shia LaBeouf coming on as like the new Wesley Crusher?
It's like Wesley swinging from the vines.
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.